आप निकाल सकते हैं 5-10 सेकंड।
ओके, अभी प्ले करना है स्टार्टिंग में?
जैसे आपका
हाँ,
इंट्रोडक्शन
कर
और
लो
मेडिटेशन हो गया
अभी
उसके
कर लो।
बाद
5:30
अभी
हो गया,
करने के लिए
कर
बोल
लो,
रही
शुरू कर लो।
ओके, वीडियो प्ले करना है या स्टार्ट करने के
हाँ,
बाद?
नहीं, आप
वीडियो
स्टार्ट
प्ले
कर
कर
दीजिए। आपका सब होने के बाद वीडियो, और वीडियो के बाद मैं बात करती हूँ। टॉक से पहले वीडियो। इज इट ओके?
हाँ जी, ओके,
थैंक यू जी।
या
हेलो।
आपका इंट्रोडक्शन वगैरह होने के बाद वीडियो होगा, तो आई विल टेक द
Okay.
वीडियो एज ए लीड टू माय टॉक।
म्यूट कर दो अभी।
Phenomenon पहले introduction, please.
अभी वीडियो ना डाले तो अच्छा।
Yeah,
Thank you.
sisters.
Thank you.
A very good evening and welcome to this online refreshing talk. Hope you are all doing good. Nice to see you all this evening. And what is our topic for today? Moving to our topic. What is our topic for today? So being a leader, leading the self. So what does leading the self mean? It means holding yourself accountable to personal set of values, beliefs, and goals. It means acting with integrity when no one else is looking or even cares. Being a good leader means being open to new ideas, possibilities, perspectives, and understanding that there's no right way to do things. Today, we have with us Sister Gautami ji. So let's welcome Didi among us. Welcome, Didi. Om Shanti, Didi. Welcome to Shanti Sarovar.
Om Shanti ji, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Didi. So let me introduce Sister Gautami ji. So Sister Gautami from Nigeria. She is born in Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, dedicated her life in this godly services since 14 years. She has conducted courses, workshops, seminars on Raj Yoga meditation, and she also coordinates, conducts talks on various topics like stress management, self-management, leadership qualities, positive thinking, positive health, relationship management, etc. She coordinates and conducts Vihasa programs, silence butties, children camps, and various things. She is an assistant national coordinator of Brahmakumaris, Nigeria. So let us welcome Didi and speak on this topic, leading the self. Over to you, Didi ji.
Thank you so much for this warm welcome. First of all, I greet greetings of peace, and this month has been very good with the celebrations of Diwali and coming Christmas. So in advance, all the greetings of all the festivals to everyone. And I request the sister to play the video, which will be the lead for our topic to get into.
Yeah,
so enjoy this video.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर आइए सर प्लीज। ये चल चल जाओ बोला क्या बात करता है क्या ऊपर से जाएगा क्या ऊपर से जा जा
गया मेन शो।
कुछ करो ना।
अब मैं वहां जाके क्या उखाड़ लूंगा?
ऐसी जाने बूंदे आए जाने कैसा दर्द लाई सामने क्या है ये तेरे क्यों रुका है तू बता रे हो कौन तुझको पार लेगा कौन होगा वो मसीहा जिसे तू ढूंढता है वो ही है तू वही है रास्ता है, तुझ में तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा। तुझ में तेरा रास्ता है, तुझ में तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा। जिसे ढूंढता है तू ही रे, तू ही रे, तू ही रे तेरा मसीहा हो।
Thank you, sister. That was nice and kind of you for playing that video. I think everyone, the talk is in English, but still the background music is in Hindi. You might have understood and felt the essence, the message of this whole visual that we have shared. It's all about leading yourself. And what is the definition of a leader? You don't find it anywhere, because a leader is not a rich person. A leader is not a highly educated person alone. The leader is not a very resourceful or very big person. A leader is not a politician. A leader is not a manager. A leader is not an actor. So a leader means not just one among that. A leader is one who leads through his thoughts. A thought makes a person special. A thought makes a person leader. So any person can be a leader. An ordinary person can be a leader. In this video, you have seen who is the leader. There were police people, there were politicians, there were youth, there were old people, there are working staff, and there are many. The business people, there were everyone in this gathering. The obstacle sometimes in life will be like this, that a big log of tree falls uncertainly, without a notice, a situation comes up, and it is your inner strength, it is your inner stage, it is your inner capacity which can define you, whether you can lead with your values and you can overcome all the obstacles and become a jewel of victory. A leader always is a jewel of victory. A leader has no knowledge of any defeat. And we will, in this course, we will discuss about certain things where you would understand the journey of a leader may not be easy, but a journey of a leader will inspire many to lead in that path. And so, who is the leader in the gathering? You have seen the video. Who is the leader? Of course, the task has been resolved by a group of people, but who is the leader? Who had faith that he can overcome that obstacle, he can remove that log. Yeah, if you want, you can even write in the chat box, or you can open your mic and speak. Who is the leader?
Small kid, Didi.
Small kid, the boy. He doesn't have a tricep or a bicep. He doesn't have friends all around him, but he saw something is there and he should do it. That strong faith that I can and I will. And his faith is so strong. And to test his faith, he was all alone initially. And then there was rain also on the top of it. But people saw his determination. People saw his faith in his own actions, which is beyond. It is not practical, isn't it? Is it practical that a small kid can really remove the tree? It is not at all possible. But people believed because he believed in himself. And that's why his faith was so strong that it has attracted people. Our faith has to be so infectious, so strong that it has to attract others' faith. And then others should be inspired to come and cooperate with you. A leader inspires others to cooperate. A leader is not a person who does everything on his own and takes the whole credit by himself. No, a leader inspires everyone. And those who see a leader looking very ordinary, looking not so very courageous, not so very powerful, but the faith inside, that the consciousness of accomplishing that task, the consciousness of being a jewel of victory to overcome any task which is in front, that will attract people. That will give faith to others, a faith which will give faith to others in this journey from weakness to victory, from darkness to the light, from problems to no problem. So for this, you need to have a vision inside. When we have that vision and faith in that vision, that yes, we will be the jewel of victory, that's when we can attain what we see. In my childhood, my physical father used to always tell me that if you see the invisible, you can make impossible possibles. A person who can make any impossible as possible is a person who can see the invisibles. So he always used to say, child, come to me, always try to see the invisible. And at that very young age, that really entered into my blood. And I practiced this, seeing the invisible. And what is invisible? Invisible is not building castles in the air. Invisible is the possible thing that I can achieve it. A positive energy within the self. So in this, a leader is a one who has great amount of focus on the task. A leader is a leader with a speciality, isn't it? And especially a leader is the one who sees specialities not only in the self, but also in others. A speciality in action, inside and outside, in thoughts, words, and actions. A leader is all focused on specialities. He would only see specialities in others. And that will help him to have a positive attitude and to create a positive atmosphere all around, which is not just a possibility, but it will give a faith of being a reality to everybody. A leader externally looks very ordinary, but internally, he's a pillar of faith, a very strong foundation. He's a grounded person. And his determination always makes him to create something new, something special. Each and every ordinary act of a person is full of specialities. That's when it makes him a leader. It is not an act, but how you perform an act makes you who you are. So that quality of action, adding something, like a mother is a leader. Why? She does all ordinary household work, yes, but she does it with love. She does it with care. She does it with full of, feeling of responsibility, feeling of belongingness to the family. That's why every person, no matter whoever, however, they might have reached to whatever heights, but always they speak about their mom. They owe their victory to their mom. And whatever, he can be a MD of a 5-star hotel or chain of luxurious hotels, but still he would love that small, humble, simple recipe that his mom cooks with her hands. The childhood food that he had from his mother's hand. That will be his everlasting, tastiest meal if you ask anybody like that, isn't it? I'm sure that in this gathering also, if I ask you what is your favorite dish, then certainly you will become nostalgic and go back to your childhood and you recollect your mom, those rainy days, and your mom rushes and makes some small pakodas, whatever it is. But those simple things, those humble acts are our powerful memories, our loving memories. So it is to say that any person can become a leader with these special things. And everyone has a leader in their life, which will help them, inspire them to be a leader. And we look around right from our childhood. It's our parents, it's our family, it's our friends. As if our focus is on the positive part of their personality, certainly we derive those positive characteristics, which becomes part of us, which becomes one day our own personality. Thereby, we become the givers We contribute to each and every moment in our life. So here, a leader is also the one who always overcomes any obstacles. Any situation, circumstances might come, but he would not narrate the glory of the situations, the negative part of the situation, but he will always see how much strength I have. What next? What next? What next? And here you have plenty of examples all around the world in the history of humanity, like the great Abdul Kalamji, the great, and also even Abraham Lincoln. So many failures, but he never failed. Failures passed, but before the failure passed, he passed over the failure and he was planning for the new beginning. So when you are always constantly working for the newness and you be part of the beginning, the end will not affect you. The closure will not create any impact on you because you're already moved. Nowadays, it is a concept of moving on psychology, whether it is a damaged relationship, whether it is a destructive situation, whether it is a very anything it can be. People always advise move on. It's okay. Life is like that. It's fine. Probably you have something better in the future. So in this scenario, are we really moving on with positive attitude? Because in our routine, we face so many things. Not everything is very powerful. Not everything coming from outside is very positive, very inspiring, always happening, giving happiness to us. So what is the solution here? Is focus on yourself, not focusing on the situation. Situation is the way it is, but when you focus on your inner core value system, this is possible by constant self-checking. When there is checking, then your inner strength, inner values, inner belief systems, which is based on your inner understanding, will become your strength to overpower the situations. So here, constantly, an energy has to be created with your own thoughts. Because something which is constant is truth, isn't it? And what is truth is change. Constantly changes are happening externally. To meet to these external changes, sometimes we call them obstacles, sometimes we call them situations, if they are adverse, but sometimes they are quite, cooperative also. So they are very much uncertain. In this constantly changing scenario, there is something authentic should be always along with you. What is authentic is your own self. That's why it is always said inside out. As you see something outside, go within immediately, check yourself. What should be my inner stage? How should be my response to this situation? You plan, you take a moment of silence, you go within, check yourself, and emerge that energy which is necessary to overpower the situations. So to emerge an energy, what is the process? Is you need to create right kind of thoughts that match that energy which is needed. The right kind of thoughts create a consciousness. So there are two ways. One is just thoughts of mind. You create thoughts because you know that this is a thought that you have to create. Maybe technically you learn from here and there that these thoughts are good and you start doing it. And at a second level, you not only pick up those thoughts, but you become an embodiment of that thought. When you say, I'm a peaceful being, because there is a lot of chaos outside and you need peace to deal with it, then you need to generate that peace within. You cannot go to shop right or shop left, because in Nigeria, in Lagos, like any other mall here in Bharat, We have one famous mall chain of malls, that is ShopRite. So in ShopRite, everything and anything you can buy. It's like a one-stop mall, you get everything. But do we get peace? It is a ShopRite. You get everything for the righteous need of the self, peace. We don't get there, whether it is right or left. We should go within to emerge it. So what are the right kind of thoughts? Because it is our thoughts which becomes our feelings, emotions, and perceptions, attitude, which comes into action. Then it becomes our own habit, which defines our own personality and helps us to reach our destiny. So our destiny is very good. We all want it to be good. Then our thoughts have to be focused on. So what type of thoughts can create that energy which can help me to reach my own destiny of peaceful living? Is I am a peaceful soul. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to create certain thoughts to deal with the present scenario, because the situations around, they are so chaotic, disturbing. But I should create a very detached atmosphere inside in order to save my inner personality from the vibrations of the external chaos. Though there is disturbance outside, I should safeguard myself to be free from the effect of such disturbances. Then it becomes a greater responsibility. Here comes the ingredient of faith. Faith which will help you to see the invisible. Faith which will fade away the visible existence around, which will fade away the vision, the disturbance and chaos which is happening in front of these two eyes. So which means you need another eye to see that invisible. These eyes can see that is visible. And that which is visible, I don't want it to be my reality. Then what do I want? I want to see myself as peaceful, balanced, powerful, cooperative, and successful in this situation. So in that case, I need a different type of practice. A practice which is practical. So if I don't practice to emerge these energies within, to beat, to defeat the situations outside, then I cannot make it practical. Many a times when you are practicing silence or peace or inner balance, you don't react aggressively. People around, misconceive you and also misunderstand you. And they try to speak in a way to misguide you. What is this? It is not normal. If you are like this, everyone will take advantage of you. Oh, this is not practical. This is not happening. This is not normally according to the world what you're doing. You're going ulti ganga beh rahi hai. They can use all types of slogans to discourage you in this path, because a leader's path is not an ordinary path. A path which is full of thorns, and a path sometimes it is invisible. Still your focus, your determined focus on your positive destiny will lead you through those dark, turbulent, invisible way. Yes, it is not easy. What is not easy is outside. What should be easy should be inside. Am I easy in this? My inner easiness, lightness can help me to be always full of enthusiasm. What happens is we all have wonderful aims, objectives, aspirations to achieve in life. We all want very good things for ourselves, and even many at times for everyone. But in the due course of our process, in the due course or the process to achieve them, somewhere we become slack, we become slow. Our focus becomes weak. What is the reason for this? Focus becoming weak. What is the reason for this? What do you think? And we also feel sometimes, oh, it is distant. The success looks to be very distant. I think I'm wrong in maybe taking up this assignment. This task is not my cup of tea. We lose that inner confidence also. What is the reason for this? What do you think? In achieving, of being a leader, what are the obstacles? What's the main reason it can be? What stops us to be a leader? Does anybody want to share? You can even put in that chat box. Faith, fear, weakness and determination and negativity. Yes, whatever you said is absolutely right. Let me add something to this. Fear comes later. Yes, it is also in the process. Faith gets weakened. Yes, that's also is in the process. What is the root cause of this is carelessness and laziness. Inconsistency, yes. Instability and determination, of course. All of these things come with carelessness. Can you agree that? It's been done, a research has been done. What are the obstacles in being a leader is carelessness and laziness. Once we are careless, what happens is we become weak. Focus shifts. We get diverted, perverted, corrupted, sensitive, all types of things happen. I made a list of those things. I made a list of those things here, and I would like to share about it. They came out so well. Once the carelessness and laziness enters your system, then whatever act you're performing, your actions, your deeds, or your plans, everything, the first step is they become ordinary. Oh, it's okay, we can do it. What is there? Anyway, we only have to do it. We can make it. We can do that. We can. So you only become in this room called can. I can. But I will, we will become very much distant. I can make it. I can think about it. Let me. So this type of, in Hindi, it is well explained because the words are so fixed. करेंगे, देखेंगे, सोचेंगे, बनेंगे. ये गे जो होता है ना, it will make us like a childish. It's a childish language. You know, children use this language. Ge, the ga stuff. So it doesn't help us to be matured. And so we take things for granted. Once we become lazy and careless, our actions become ordinary, number one. Number two, we become distant from the source. What is our source? What is our source? Number one is our own self. We are disconnected from ourselves, our own source. And the second thing is supreme source. We believe in him. He who is the bestower. He who is our supporter. We connect to him. So we become distant from our own aims and objectives. They are there. The understanding is still there. Knowledge is there. Of everything, knowledge is there. But these negative energies of carelessness and laziness, they will not allow us to be connected to our goals. They will not allow us to focus on our own aims and objectives of life. And so the third one is waiting, that is self-deception. We deceive ourselves, which means the weaknesses and the inner vices will overpower us. This is the ultimate deception. So here, we need to talk about certain solutions. How to remove this carelessness and laziness. They may attack at any point of time. Maybe you are just very close to your achievements. Maybe you are very close to your aspirations. You're just almost accomplished everything. Even after achieving, to sustain it, at that point of time also, these attacks can happen, carelessness and laziness. I remember in my childhood, I used to ask my mother, my father, my parents that, you see, we go, once in a while in summer vacations after 2-3 years to our grandparents' place. And then I see my grandmother all the time taking care of us, serving, cooking, and she's so happy in doing all that. So I used to ask, why can't grandmother come to our place sometime? And we also will get an opportunity to take care of her. So my father said, yeah, why not? You ask her. If she's ready, we will take her. So I used to ask, Granny, why can't you come to Hyderabad? You'll be very happy. We have everything and we'll be very, we can have great fun and I'll get an opportunity to show you around, to take you around and we'll play and we'll do everything. She says, all of that we can do here also. No, we can do it there also. You should at least try once. I'll be very happy if you can come there. And she used to tell, if I come there, I'll fall sick. I said, what is this? Hyderabad is a good place. And our home, we maintain, there is a lot of hygiene, there's a lot of things. How can you fall sick? You know what she says? Listen, child, if I come to Hyderabad, your place, I'll certainly fall sick. What is the reason? Because there is no work at your place. You have grinder, you have washing machine, and you have a maid who does the sweeping, mopping, everything. And you have everything. You have cookers and you have everything. I said, it is good, isn't it? Isn't it good? No. For me, it is not good. I have to buy the whole pulses, put the red mitti, that is the red soil, dry it under the sun, then wash it, then dry it, then grind it, make pulse. 7 times she has to wash the pulse before she cooks dal. And she has the boiler for which she collects the cow dung and she boils the water. She has a schedule. Early morning, she dressed up, she takes shower and she goes with a can to bring milk from the cow shed. And she sits there for at least half an hour, chit-chats with the cowboy who takes out the milk, the milking man. She has a schedule. She says, if I come there, I don't work anything, so I'll fall sick. So an understanding that if I don't work, I'll fall sick. This carelessness is also something like that. If we don't focus on the self, even for one moment, even for one day is very long actually. In every situation, we have to look within every time. What I have, how much I am using, what is remaining, what do I need? This is inner checking. This is inner, what do you say, analysis or somebody is talking. Somebody is talking. In case if you are sharing with everyone, you can be a bit loud. If it is not for everybody, you can please mute yourself. Ramesh Chandra Jain ji.
6 months हो गए प्रोफेशन क्लियर आपका भी हो गया 6 months
I think it is not. No problem. So these 3 things. So one is because of this carelessness and laziness, आपने सही कहा, अलबेलापन, आलस्य, our actions become ordinary, then we become distant from our source. Then what happens is deception, the weaknesses emerge and they overpower us. So this disconnection from the source is like abduction, kidnapping. Somebody kidnaps or somebody abducts, and they advise what does police advise in these things? When somebody is abducting you or kidnapping you, you have to shout and attract the crowd. And here, who is abducting us? Our own weaknesses are abducting our inner strengths and inner values. And in that case, we have to really constantly connect, that is, speak. It is not a shouting of mouth, it is singing the praise of Almighty. This is a very good secret, whether you accept or not. If you experiment, you will agree with me. When you feel bankrupt with the values and you feel very low inside, start singing songs of praise of the source, of Almighty, whomever you believe in, the God, the Almighty. Start singing the praise. And praise is not just which is overwhelming, but praise with an awareness. You know that he is what he is. And with that awareness, if you start praising him by being an embodiment of that, what you believe in, then what happens is you can overcome from this kidnapping of your own inner, that the inner things will remain. And so you'll be connected with the source and the praise of the specialities of God, which will give you the strength. And here, what happens is you'll be saved from the deception. So you consider yourself with your using your thought power. Finally, thoughts are the tools. So the deception you can be saved from deception. So when there is it's all connected to one, that is, deception is because of disconnection. So no disconnection, that's constant connection is there with yourself and with your source. And when there is no disconnection, there's no defects, that is no weaknesses. When there's no defect, there's no deception. When there's no deception, there's no defeat. And so you become a jewel of victory. A leader is a jewel of victory. I'll repeat, no disconnection, no defects, no defects, no deception, no deception, no defeat. And when there is no defeat, you are a constant jewel of victory. You are, no matter what, however might be the situation or relations or anything, you are a constant jewel of victory. For this, we need some slogans to be constantly memorized within the self. So whenever there is an obstacle, a thought can help us to overcome. And a thought should be like a slogan. Slogan is a very powerful thing. And it's also like a self-respect. We need to remember that no matter what it can be, I am a jewel of victory. I am a constantly victorious soul. Victory is my birthright. So these type of constant awareness can help us to create a strong belief system that no matter what, I am an established, successful person. Nothing can affect my success. It is not, it doesn't create any arrogance, but it creates an awareness, a faith in the self that the situation has come. Maybe I could not overcome, but it is not last, another will come. I'm going to be, no matter what, I am going to overcome all of these things. This faith shall help us and make us happy and achieve the purpose of life. So here these slogans that I have already won plenty times. It's like deja vu. Everything is a cycle. In the cycle of life, I'm never forever a defeated person or an unsuccessful person. In this cycle, I've been a jewel of victory. Ultimate victory is my birthright. So when you create such type of thoughts, your faith will become strong and your willpower will be more getting manifested. So finally, it is your thoughts which will create what you are, who you are, and how you are. So to be a leader, focus on the self. To be a leader, check. Self-checking, I can say, is the only mantra. Constant self-checking can help us to stop the leakages that we are blessed with. Everyone is blessed with so many specialities. But in the due course of the journey of life, leakages happen, damages happen. But the intelligent one is the one who checks within and stops these leakages and heals the damages. They don't postpone. After carelessness, laziness, postponement is another big obstacle for a leader. A leader will never think to postpone any task. Carelessness, laziness attacks your mind and intellect. And they would create certain very weak thoughts, careless thoughts, lazy thoughts, like, it's okay, I can do it probably later. Maybe this is not the right time. Maybe I cannot do now. Maybe if they do it, I will do it. Thoughts with dependency and thoughts of postponement. That doesn't really help us to lead the self along with our value system. The slogans are always defined, everyone knows about it. Procrastination is the thief of time. So in a leader's life, there is no waste of time, there's no waste of thoughts, there's no waste of energy, there's no wastage at all. Waste of money and waste of other things can be recovered, but waste of thoughts and waste of time, it is impossible. Once gone is gone, lost is lost. So these inner treasures have to be saved and have to be increased by investing in the right way. So a leader always focuses on the right treasures of life. What are the right treasures of life? A treasure which can make you more and more rich. A treasure which can help you to help others to overcome and become a leader. A leader always makes others a leader. A leader doesn't really speak about others' weaknesses and make others weak at all. I remember Dadi Jankis, who is the head of our organization. Plenty of her life experiences are examples to us. Once there was an operation urgently conducted in London when she was staying there. And while the operation was being conducted, the anesthesia did not work well. And the doctor knows about it very well. And he did that operation. And after the operation, the doctor, as he knew about it, he came to Dadi when she was alone and he spoke about it and he was apologizing. I know the anesthesia did not work well. Thank you for your cooperation. And I'm very sorry. I know it was very painful and all of that. And Dadi, in 1 second, she said, no, it is not your mistake. I did not have any pain. I did not suffer. Instead, thank you for helping me to finish the operation so fast. Because of my connection with the Supreme, I was totally in the state of meditation, so I did not suffer much. She helped him not to have any guilty consciousness. A leader will always make others leaders. A leader will not make others feel bad about their own bad actions. A leader in a second will help others to overcome their own negativities, weaknesses, whatever it is. It's okay. And they make it's really okay. They give a ray of hope. They show light that it is okay. They show light in amidst all the darkness that they would see and they would make others also see. It's an amazing material, isn't it, leader? Looking ordinary, but very much visionary. So here, a leader's qualities are many. By this time, you all might have understood. Number one, no problem, Sister Babita. Welcome. Number one is leaders are very courageous. Now, I believe that we all can contribute. Everyone can speak about the qualities of leader. They're very courage, the inner courage, I mean to say. Not to prove others that I'm a leader, but to be within. So when you have accumulated enough energies called courage, hope, faith, and balance, and true peace, true love, true care, self-care, and all of that, when you have accumulated enough, then it will not remain just there. It will flow. And once it flows, it's visible. And it also adds energy to the environment, creating a beautiful atmosphere for everyone to connect. And so a leader can be easily abbreviated as number 1, L is loyalty, loyal to the self, loyal in our own actions, loyal with that one. And we cannot say anything, oh no, he cannot see, so let me just do it. We don't compromise, number 1. Leaders don't compromise. Number 2, leaders don't justify, though they can. See, error is human. Leaders also can commit mistakes, but they have the courage to accept and to reform it. So they don't justify their mistakes. So here, they are loyal towards their own actions. They're loyal towards their family. Loyalty is a very, very important ingredient. And E is they're always equipped. E is they're equipped with enough enlightened sources. Number 3, A is they have enormous amount of acceptance and adjustments. Those who have this power to accept and adjust, they don't complain, they don't give excuses, they don't justify. Number 4, D is determination. No matter what people can speak, situations can demand, but my determination, my focus on my destiny is unbreakable and immovable and unshakable. Then E is full of energy, which means happiness, zeal, enthusiasm, lightness, and easiness. All this put together, it will remove the carelessness and laziness and all that stuff from their life. And then you become tireless. This energy will keep you always tireless. That is the very good quality of a leader, that they're always tireless. Because a single information can make you sulk or guilt, or those energies can make you tired mentally. Then physically, it's very easy to become tired. So mentally, one should not be tired. And that's possible when you have this energy of always being fresh and always to create something new, something fresh, something elevated. An energy to create an elevated action. Not energy to create any type of ordinary action, an energy that to create an elevated action. The last but not the least, R is a responsibility. To respond in a very positive way. Not to pick up any small trace of negative or waste. Forget about negative, not even waste from anywhere. They don't see stones at all. They don't see waste in anything. Though it is visible everywhere, they don't see at all. As if they have closed their eyes. And they open their eyes only to see what is sparkling, what is good, and what is positive, what is empowering. And so when their focus is only on the goodness, then they can bring those goodness out amidst from the scrap also. When there's like jewel in the crowd. There's crowded things in everyone. Lot of garbage, but there are certain jewels of specialities also. So a leader would focus on those sparkling jewels of specialities in everyone's intellect or personality or behavior, like garbage. So what they see, they bring it out. What they see is what they believe. We just have to focus on what to see and what not to see. So I remind you about those famous dialogues of William Shakespeare, to be, not to be, is based on to see, not to see. A choice which will help us to be what we want. A leader is by choice, not by birth. By birth also they can be, but they will not be able to sustain if they don't realize their gifts of birth. I think we have discussed punctuality, yes. CCC, comment, criticism, and complaints, yes. A leader will have a lot of courage and stamina to face all these things, comment, criticism, and complaints. A complaint is a weak energy. Criticism and comment is also a weak energy. But these weak energies can be overcome by creating a wonderful, what type of energy we need through our thoughts that we have to create, which will make us an embodiment of that positive energy to overcome comments. People comment, and it's very easy to get disturbed by listening to the comments. We need tolerance. What do we need to overcome these things? Tolerance. And to face criticism, what do we need? Tolerance, tolerance, tolerance. Because tolerance is a very big subject and everything comes into it. Humility, honesty, loyalty, everything comes into it. Yes, can you please send the leader definition that you explained just now? This will be good to see and adopt. Yes, please, certainly. I would send it to Sister Vasanta. She can circulate. How do you want it to be? Even in the chat is fine? Okay, right. I need to type it. But before that, I would like to ask, in case if anybody has to share something, not necessarily a question, but you can just contribute, you can share also. Because I know that I'm talking to leaders. Leaders, those who have time for this topic to gather. Brother B.K. Rao has raised the hand. Do you want to share something? I think you have unmuted, so you can unmute yourself and speak. Does anybody want to share?
Sister,
Yes, please.
what leader should be a good listener first.
Absolutely.
A good listener first.
Yes.
Second thing, he should take constructive criticism into his heart. Other criticism, he should leave it immediately. He should not bother at all. Constructive criticism, he should take into confidence. He should change into the scenario, positive
Right.
scenario.
Right.
These two qualities are very, very important for leader.
True. True. As the time is close, there are two things which I also want to add here, that a leader is a very quick transformer. He transforms the negative into positive in the spur of time, very quickly. Whatever, whether it is outside, whether it is inside, however, in whichever form the waste or negative comes up to him, he can easily transform it immediately. Doesn't hold on to things by cribbing about it, by circulating or discussing all that with anybody. He would immediately transform the form of negative into positive.
One thing, there are situations which you can control us, which situations which you are not controlling, you can't help it, anything actually. There are situations we can control us, but sometimes situations only will control us.
I'm listening.
That is my view.
Great.
That is my view.
You are not wrong. There are many
Maybe I
people,
don't know.
No, there are many people who also experience that situations do control people, but Everything is in your hands. If you allow, if you give permission for a situation, whether the situation is weak or powerful, even weak situation can control you if you give your remote to the situation.
No, for example, weather conditions are there, it is not in our control at all. It is not, the situation is not in our control.
Oh, yes, certainly.
That is
Never the situation is in our control, but at least we are in our control. Never it is in our control because we did not create a situation. A situation is already created because of our past actions or because of some or other things. It is just not a coincidence. It has been already created. So how do you deal with something that is already created?
Yeah.
With lot of patience, with lot of positivity, acceptance,
Yes.
and with always your approach towards situation is first like a doctor. A doctor, before he goes and operate, maybe sometimes the situation is like a COVID-19 patient.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with a patient like that? First, you have to cover yourself with a mask, with a, all guards, all types of precautions you have to take, gloves and everything. And on the top of the gloves, you sanitize. You do so many things, and then you attend to the person. You cannot say, no, I cannot attend a person. We have no choice. We cannot run away from a situation. Than escaping it is better to deal with it by taking necessary precautions. So all these things that a doctor wears before attending a very serious infectious patient is we have to take care of it. The head will have good thoughts, and eyes will have positive vision. The mouth will have always words with hope and happiness, and the shoulders will have complete responsibility, power of responsibility. Your hands will work with lot of care and responsibility, with lot of kindness. You have to put each and every organ of your body when you're facing something. It is like you're putting all the virtues. You are decorating yourself with the virtues, and you are using all those aprons which is embedded with the jewels of positive thoughts. So much of positive energy can really help you to not to be infected by the infection around.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Anybody else would like to share? Or we can go ahead with the meditation.
Nice description.
Thank you, Sister Babita. So, shall we go ahead with the meditation?
We will proceed for meditation.
Great. Now let's sit straight, shoulders down, neck straight, head straight with comfortably eyes open or closed as you feel good. Then, if your eyes are open, focus on anything in front of you, because whatever you're seeing, you will not be seeing for a long time, because you will be seeing what you're thinking. And kindly create thoughts as you hear me. Gently breathing within and gently breathing out. Relax your body. Focus on your forehead. Trying to connect to the self, a true self, a thinking being, a being of light, a being which has power to decide, which takes all decisions, which can see the invisible. As I see myself, I feel that space within me, which is pure and positive. This space within me is so pure and powerful that I choose to keep it untouched, unaffected, I feel I, the angel, am untouched by any type of energy around. I, the angel, like sunflower, I face the supreme light always as my focus, connection,
Start video.
is with the supreme source. I drop the consciousness of various things and issues with my inner self. As a being of light, I connect to the supreme source, invoking his energy, his virtues and specialities, his powers and qualities within me. I see a beautiful shower of powers in rainbow colors, falling on me, charging me with spiritual energy, fulfilling my inner thirst and inner hunger. I feel totally content as all my inner thirst is quenched. I feel my complete form that is close to the Creator. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you for your time. And thank you for your patience. Thank you for your listening. Thanks to Vasanta Ben, Kuli Didi, and the sister who introduced.
Thank you so much, Didi, for this wonderful meditation journey. And this talk is really wonderful, enthusiastic, and engaging. I'm sure we all have a lot of takeaways, and it gave a clear clarity how to become a best leader, know thyself, and possess those qualities of becoming a best leader. Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Thanks to all.
Thank you.
Lots of good wishes to everyone. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi.
I would just
So-
write the definition in the chat box before I leave.
Sure, Didi. Sure. Thank you, Didi. Yeah. Viewers can subscribe to our channel, Hyderabad Shanti Sarovar YouTube channel, and watch all the talks, even previous ones and upcoming ones. You can get the updates. So stay tuned. See you next week. See you all next week. Om Shanti. You can share it with your friends and family. So we get lots of benefits from this. So stay tuned. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for your time. And hope you all enjoyed this week, this Sunday talk this week. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you. Om Shanti. Have a great week. Om Shanti. Yeah, Sister Gautami ji is sharing. Yeah, full form of the leader. So all of you, please watch. Please. Yeah, it's in your chat box. So go through that. Accept and adjust. दिखाई ना. Yeah, leader, L for loyal, E for equipped, equipped with all inner powers to enlighten the self. A for accept and adjust. D for determination. E for elevated thoughts and actions. And R. Responsibility. To respond positively to everything and everyone.
Thank you. That was just in short for what we have discussed. Thank you, Babita ji.
Thank you, Didi. Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti ji, I take leave.
Yeah, thank you. Om Shanti.